This video, let me tell you, an absolute nightmare. Frustrating! I've done this video like 4 times now.
The Mandalorian way is one shrouded in mystery.
Salary, BESKAR?
Mystery and steel. To the Mandalorian people, BESKAR steel was essential in every aspect of their lives. But to the forces of the Galactic Empire, BESKAR became a trophy of genocide.
These were cast in an Imperial smelter.
A reflection
These are the spoils of the Great Purge.
of human history.
Cet or est tout ce qu'il reste, mon peuple. Ceci est le prix de leur sang.
Often adopted as orphans, Mandalorians trained as children, learning early on that BESKAR steel was the lifeblood of their culture. And, like bronze to the ancient Spartans, it was used not only as currency, but also to forge their weapons, armor, and shields. Sometimes over the course of many generations. A sacred rite of passage.
IG unit, stand down!
Known to repel anything from blasters to lightsabers, only BESKAR armor could provide the ultimate in protective gear, earning a legendary reputation desired by some of the most infamous bounty hunters in the galaxy. But if you didn't earn the right to wear true BESKAR, sticks and stones could be your fate. Mandalorian armor. Formidable. Dependable. Legendary. And not Imperial standard issue. With traditions forged harder than steel, passed on from one generation to the next, and shrouded in mystery, this is the Mandalorian way.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
It started with a video where I was going to compare 2 different versions of BESKAR steel, one from Australia and one from Las Vegas. So we ordered the BESKAR steel from Australia, we ordered it from Vegas, and they were both sent on their way, or at least the orders were placed roughly within the same time frame. The time came to where it was expected for the Australian shipment to be shipped, and I didn't receive any notifications. I emailed the guy that was sending it, and he said, oh yeah, there's a problem with the manufacturing. It's just not up to spec, so I've had to order some new ones in from my manufacturer. It could be 2 or 3 more weeks. Okay, sure, no problem. If you feel that does not meet your quality control, absolutely make sure it is up to quality control. In fact, that is something I talked specifically about in my coaxium video, where I had a very different and disappointing experience with the quality of the product that I received. And so I contacted Sean and Zoe, the other guys that produced the other BESKAR steel, which I had already done a full video review and everything else for, and said, hey, the video is going to be a little bit delayed just because of XYZ. Sure, no problem. No problem. Then I get notified that the BESKAR steel from Australia has been dropped off at the post office and is on its way here. So I'm like, okay, I can wait, and let's just see how long it takes to get here. Then it sits there, and it sits there, and it sits there in Sydney, Australia, for day after week. Finally, after a month, I contact Australia Post. Oh, yeah, well, getting shipments out to Canada or anywhere international right now is a bit of a kerfuffle, and we may have to ship it out by sea. Ugh, so it's like, okay. Then I tell Zoe and Sean that I'm going to just put out the video for their BESKAR steel, and I will do a follow-up video later on. The next day, I get the notification that the Beskar from Australia has been loaded onto a plane and is on its way here. And it's only like a few days away. And I'm like, oh my gosh. First it's not coming, then it's coming, then it's not coming, then it's coming, then it's not coming. It's like, oh my gosh, what the hell is happening with this thing? Is it going to show up in time or not? It's here. Finally. Package finally arrived today. Lesson to be learned: never trust these guys. They're always going to inspect your stuff. And it happened to me last time. Always rely on your local smuggler to provide you with what you need.
When those other companies aren't brave or foolhardy enough to go, trust Planet Express for reliable, on-time delivery.
So, we're going to get to it. We're going to open this bad boy up, and we're going to see what Beskar is underneath this particular box. Oh, there's a little spot there. So I really don't have any luck with opening these packages. This is what, 3 for 3 that I've had difficulty? Let's get this one. There we go. Okay. Oh, still more tape. There's always more tape.
There's always a bigger fish.
Okay, so before I even get to completely opening the box, I want to make a few comments about my experience with both Zoe and Sean. I just came across this over eBay initially. And the story that I have as far as finding this particular item, I'm so excited for it. I really want to open this up, but I gotta talk to you first. Pardon my voice. It was partially lost due to doing the voice acting from the last video.
Okay, I take it all back.
I am definitely going to have to work on preserving my voice. Anyways, I initially was looking on eBay for something that was inexpensive for me to put on the channel so that I could review. My budget's not very big. You know, I've only been able to review small ticket items such as the coaxium vial and the Death Star plans. So my budget is fairly small right now. I was looking on Etsy and I came across different variations of Beskar Steel that I wanted to check out. I wanted to make sure I got as believable as possible of an item. It doesn't necessarily have to be 100% screen accurate, but you gotta make me believe it belongs in that universe. That's pretty much my benchmark for all of these reviews. Like I said with the coaxium vial, there were a lot of issues with it, but there were things about it that were not screen accurate that I actually liked better than in the movie. Sean and Zoe, I came across their product first on eBay, and it came with this whole package that I've got in front of me here. I was a little hesitant because I wanted a true Damascus steel bar, but they had this really cool case and this microfiber cloth that I'm like, oh man, I really want that. Like, I really want that. So I ordered the Beskar from this other guy in Australia, and we're gonna be reviewing him in this same video. And then I contacted Zoe through eBay and said, hey, is there any chance that you could sell just the case? Because I already have the steel coming in, but I really love that case and I really love that cloth, and I would love it if I could have just that. Yeah, sure. In fact, you know what? We've got some coming in this weekend that we're gonna put up, and I'll let you know. So I ordered one right away, and I mentioned that I did YouTube reviews, and she's like, well, we're gonna throw in a Beskar Steel for you to review. What was that? I don't know what I put on YouTube for the background. Oh my goodness. Like, Baby Yoda's on fire. That is the strangest thing. Where was I? So anyways, they were kind enough to include a Beskar billet because they really wanted it reviewed, and I'm incredibly thankful for it. You guys are officially my first sponsor on this channel. I have included a link in the description below, so without further ado, we're gonna open this up. Oh, right. My very, very first critique. If you're gonna throw in a little surprise, let it be a surprise. They told me a day before that this package arrived that they also made coins based on the Beskar pattern, and they were kind enough to include one in this delivery. So here it is, initially. As I did with the coaxium, I'm gonna take these down to where we're gonna get some better close-ups of it. First glance, it is, well, like really nice. I'm actually really excited to see how this feels in my hand, but we're gonna come to that when we go downstairs. All right, so there's that. Throw that out of the way. The package inside. Let's see if this one gives me the same problems as the last bag did. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the case itself appears to be a bit smaller than what I imagined it to be, and that's okay. But as long as it fits the steel, who cares? that is a lot cleaner than I thought it would be. On the front, again, we're gonna get more close-ups. We've got this nice little Imperial marking on here, laser etched right into the plastic itself. Sometimes when you get with laser etching, you can feel an awkward texture to it. This, there's none of that there, which is really nice. It feels legit. So it's got these little clips on it. We're gonna open this up. Okay, here we go, here we go. Okay, hang on. I missed the ones on the side. And okay, let's try this again. And oh, okay, there's the cloth. Oh my God, this is pretty. All right, so first impression, I love the weight of it. This really feels hefty. The microfiber cloth they've included with it, Sean tells me, is the same company that produces the microfiber cloth for Rolls-Royce, which is pretty snazzy. Oh my word. Okay, so I'm gonna bring the BESKAR out in just a second. The cloth. Ooh. It's nice. It's a really bright, vibrant red. Really suits kind of the Imperial theme. On the other side, it has the Imperial crest on it. Nice little touch. I don't know if you want to call it embroidered or what, but it's nice and subtle. This is what I wanted. The case and the cloth are exactly what I expected them to be. No critiques whatsoever on those. They are beautiful. The BESKAR. Sorry, I had to like feel it. Here we go. Now I am told that this is actually made of a aluminum zinc alloy, which gives it some really nice weight to it. It's heavy. One thing that I'm pleasantly surprised with, the ridges themselves. In the pictures that are shown on the site to where you get these, it looks like they're really kind of carved in there. They look like they have deep shadows, and I was kind of concerned that they would have a really deep texture just because of the way that the images looked. It's hardly noticeable. Doesn't quite have the Damascus steel look to it, but it's close enough. It's a really, really good approximation. So I was just gonna go over absolutely everything here and just kind of explain the pros and cons, what I like, what I don't like, so on and so forth. But you know what? I'm gonna take this downstairs first. So we have this wonderful plastic case that is nice and sealed with these 4 locks that go all the way around. Laser etched into the surface of it, we have the Imperial crest, followed by written in Arabic here. 1 bar, dash, and then 615 grams, BESKAR steel, Great Purge, lot GE 1122-1617. I don't know if those numbers have any significance to it or if you just chose numbers at random. I just think it would be kind of fun if you were to throw some sort of hidden Easter egg with the number, like 2187 is not only Finn's number.
Hey, what's your name? FN2187.
But it's also Princess Leia's prison number.
Here it is, 2187. You go and get her. I'll hold him here.
They use 2187 a lot in Star Wars. Not a critique, just something that I thought would be kind of fun. So we're gonna open it up. Click 1, click 2. Clip 3, clip 4. Okay, so we're gonna open that up and we're gonna start with the first thing we see, which is the coin. Done in the similar BESKAR pattern to the bar with similar inscriptions on the back. So I'm just gonna take it out of the plastic case. So there's your coin. Beautifully laser etched Arabic on the back, and the Imperial crest. This thing is really, really nice. All right, so we're gonna go over all this stuff. We're gonna put this over here. there was my voice from the coaxium video. There we go. All right, we have the BESKAR in this lovely microfiber cloth. I'm trying to do this cool presentation like they did in The Mandalorian. Okay, I'm gonna go over the bar last because it's got the most to talk about. I absolutely love this crimson and the Imperial crest, nice and subtly put into there. I apologize for the dust on it, but I guess that's kind of the nature of microfiber. That's what it does. Moving on. Here we are, the final piece. The thing that we're actually all here to see is the BESKAR steel. Wow. That's all I've got to say is just wow. Where I was pleasantly surprised was to find that even though there is a slight texture to it, it's hardly noticeable at all. On the back, we have more Arabic inlaid here. We've got the top one that says BESKAR steel, and on the bottom it says 615 grams, which now makes sense as to what the coin says. Grams. Yep. Okay, so this says grams. I just don't know what the denomination is. This thing is absolutely fantastic, guys. I cannot express this enough. I was completely wowed when I opened this up. First impressions are, it's just absolutely amazing. It is very hefty. It's kind of hard to tell, but yesterday I tried picking it up quite gently for the camera, not really realizing how heavy it was, and it slipped from my fingers, and it's not light. 615 grams. It is just absolutely incredible. The only thing that people are going to talk about is that in the series, there is no visible writing. So Sean has indicated that he has taken the liberty of imprinting what he feels they would have had imprinted on the back there, and basically comes down to it's a bar of currency. So how do you label currency? Well, you look at any gold bar or any silver bar that you buy today. They have the amount of weight on there, the value, like 24 karat, little details like that, but they always tell you the weight and the purity and what it is. 24 karat gold, 0.999% pure, and 6 grams. So for this to have BESKAR steel, 615 grams, it's perfect. That's exactly what information would be typically on a bar like this. Size comparison. Here is my membership card to the local aquarium. So it's the same size as your average credit card. Check them out, guys. These guys were absolutely an absolute joy to deal with and to communicate with. They provided the BESKAR steel when I did, and the coin, because they were just keen on having it reviewed, and I cannot thank them enough. And we're gonna open it up. Here we go. Oh my gosh. We will start with a little keychain that came as, I guess, as a bit of a bonus. The packaging is kind of cool. It's nice, a nice little touch. Can't get past the tape. It's always the tape. Can never get past the tape. All right, nice. All right, so there's the keychain, and we'll go over that later on. Here's the next one, bubble wrap. We're just gonna slip it right out. And again, the branding is cool, actually. Now, I can already tell you this is a great deal smaller than the other one. He did say in the advertisement that it is thinner than expected, but should feel roughly the same amount as weight. I can already tell you it's not only thinner, but also all the way around, it's substantially smaller and still feels lighter than the other one. So we'll see. Okay. BESKAR steel made out of actual Damascus steel. It is definitely pretty. It is definitely substantially smaller than expected. And you know what? It actually has the same texture as the laser etch. So that's a bonus. Okay, well, I am now going to get into the close-up view. We're going to do a better examination of this nifty little bar. Okay, here we are. Full comparison of all BESKAR in its glory. So we have, starting from the top, aluminum zinc alloy, laser etched, Damascus steel, actually forged. Size comparison. It's definitely substantially smaller than the one from Vegas. It's about half the size, give or take. Now let's compare the pattern. So you can see we talked about before the edging all the way around, how it matches up in some areas and some places it doesn't. And we also talked about the corner and how that doesn't quite line up. So now we'll see how it matches up with actual damask as well. It's kind of hard to tell on the camera how that goes. Oh, there you go, because you can actually see all the different folds Okay. So, nothing on the back, which is okay because again, in the TV series, there's nothing visibly written. If you look at the pattern on the Damascus, it's kind of more flowing and organic, almost like water. And this is kind of straight across. So I would say maybe just adapt the pattern slightly to have a more of an organic flow to it. The Imperial Crest, I like that it's stamped. I think it's stamped. It is stamped. You can see how the metal has been kind of smooshed in there. And you can still see the Damascus pattern running through it. Yeah, so I like that it's an actual stamp. That just makes it a little more, authentic feeling. And I believe that's what you've done on the back here too, is stamped it. All in all, it's not bad. That being said, that was a cool sound. All of that being said, my benchmark, I've said this before, is you've got to make me believe that this belongs in that universe. Do I believe that this belongs in the Star Wars universe? Yup. But then again, so does this one. I want to briefly talk about the patterns that are on here because my concern was the texture on here. Now, running my thumb along this and feeling the little bumps that I've mentioned before and comparing it to here, feels roughly the same. This just feels a tad more polished, if that's the only word I can use. Smoother is not the right word, but more polished, more buffed out. More subtle. That's pretty much the only difference. It definitely is a far cry from the edges of this thing. I'm going to post a link to both this product and this product down in the description below. Personal recommendation, these guys. They are also working on improving their product over time. They're looking at new materials, new patterns. They are also looking at doing their own version of Damascus. They're both great products. I had a much better time with Sean and Zoe, and their customer service and their communication. I had a far better experience with them than I did with Owen. If you guys are in Australia and you're looking for some Damascus steel, go to this guy, absolutely, if you want legitimate Damascus steel. However, if you are outside of Australia with everything going on in COVID, I would say avoid it like the plague right now, literally, just because it was just too much of a hassle for the price. Price comparison, the version from Owen in Australia versus Sean and Zoe in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're not going to qualify the coin in this because that was not, that was just a bonus. But I am going to qualify the case, the steel, and the cloth. One BESKAR steel I can never pronounce that word. One BESKAR steel billet of actual Damascus steel with a keychain that goes with it that is just substantially smaller. Still beautiful though. I was out of frustration going to return it because I just couldn't wait any longer for the video, but I think I'm going to keep it. It is pretty. I don't think it's worth the price I paid and the stress it's caused waiting for it to get here. So there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, hit the little notification bell because sometimes the subscription notifications don't always come through. Zoe and Sean have provided a link with a specific part of their eBay page that will allow for a discount on their items. So if you guys go right now to their eBay page, I've linked it down below. You can get 10% off all of their stuff that is related to BESKAR steel. Thanks again for joining in on The Reliquary. If you haven't yet, please check out our other videos, including the new James Vader Jones comedy series, where we take Darth Vader and we replace his lines with other lines by James Earl Jones.
Kraft's macaroni and cheese will become even cheesier.
We have both the Child from Sideshow Collectibles on the way, as well as the Negotiator lightsaber from Vader's Vault. I did get in touch with Vader's Vault. Unfortunately, that is going to be delayed for another couple months due to COVID and manufacturing issues. As far as the baby Yoda or the Child from Sideshow Collectibles, they do seem to be on track as far as... That was my dog. They do seem to be on track as far as... That was my dog again. Getting a lot of interruptions in this particular production. Anyways, I completely lost my train of thought. They do seem to be on track for production of The Child, at least according to Tested over on Adam Savage's channel, which I will also link down in the description below. Once again, thank you so much. Please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the little notification bell, and please consider donating to the channel. Again, link will also be in the description below so that we can order more stuff, to do more reviews, so that you guys can have more videos to check out. Sierra, geez Louise, girl. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll check you out next time.